Rupert, I was wondering, when we are physically born, the first birth that you were speaking about this morning, are we born in oneness? And is it through conditioning that we fall out? The reason I'm asking is because I have a recollection when I was 5 years old, and I only know I was 5 because of pictures of what I was wearing in that situation. And I can vividly remember seeing my mother speaking to her sister, and in that moment realizing, quote unquote, we're not one, we're separate entities. You're wrong. You were wrong about that. We're not one, we're separate entities. We're separate. And it was like a vivid recollection of thinking I was wrong the whole time, and that we actually are separate. So that's why I'm asking, is it condition? Can it be conditioning that, or is it from person to person different, that we just fall out of that oneness?
It's almost inevitable that with our first birth, our natural birth, that in order to separate ourselves from our mother, which is a necessary process, we have to identify not with our mother's body, but with this body. So it's almost inevitable that this identification with our own, to begin with our own sensations, then our own perceptions, then our own thoughts, it's almost inevitable that this fall into separation will happen. It's part of the natural development of the ego. It's just that's just as far as nature takes us. We were never supposed to stop there. That's just as far as our natural birth, the first birth, takes us. We were then supposed to embark on the next journey, our second birth. It's just that our society is very young still. It just hasn't got much for it's beginning to now, possibly, but our society, our world society, has stopped at the end of the first birth. We were never supposed to stop there. That was just a preliminary. That was just supposed to be completed by the end of our adolescence. Childhood, adolescence, then maturity. So most of humanity is stuck either in a childish or adolescent disposition. But the purpose is to move on to maturity, to go through the second birth. To realize that just because our thoughts are separate, just because our sensations, our perceptions, just because these are separate, doesn't mean that our being is separate. But because we identify our being with our thoughts, feelings, sensations, and perceptions, we imagine that our being shares the limits of our experience. We seem as a result of that to become a limited being, and all limited beings must be separate from one another. We don't realize, as a culture, we don't realize that our being doesn't share the limitations of the content of our experience. The screen doesn't share the limitations of the people and objects in the movie. So that's why we start by separating our being out from the content of experience and recognizing our being is unlimited. It's not limited to our thoughts, feelings, sensations, and perceptions. It is unlimited being. We share our being. We don't share our thoughts and our feelings. Two thoughts never touch each other. Two sensations never touch each other. Two perceptions never touch each other. And yet, how can we experience love? Because love is the feeling of oneness. Where does that feeling come from? How is it possible, given that thoughts, sensations, and perceptions don't touch each other? How is it possible to experience love? It shouldn't be possible to experience love. But we all know that not only is love possible, we know that love is our deepest experience because we have this intuition that there is something that we share. Our being. But in order to recognize that, we have to first extricate our being from the content of experience and recognize its unlimited nature. And then recognize that if being is unlimited, there can only be one. There can't be numerous unlimited beings. Just as there aren't numerous unlimited spaces in the universe. There's one unlimited space. There's lots of objects, but one unlimited space. Lots of thoughts, but one unlimited being. That recognition is the experience of love. It's just a simple mistake, just a simple overlooking. It's just a little mistake we made to believe that what we essentially are, the fact of simply being, is conditioned by and therefore limited to the content of our experience. That's it. That's just a little mistake we made. And as a result of this mistake, we feel that our ever-present, unlimited being is temporary, finite, and therefore separate, and therefore a fragment, and therefore incomplete, therefore needing someone or something to complete it. It came from a little mistake, not recognizing, what I essentially am behind my thoughts and feelings is ever-present, unlimited, and shared. That's all it is. That's all that's required, is to recognize that, and to lead a life that is consistent with and an expression of that recognition.